So, hello, I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. I'm going to do something really odd today. Well, for this video, not today in general, but I've been wondering about a certain relationship, so I thought I would do a reading for myself. I cannot do readings for myself normally. I get either either really upset and say, "Oh, how dare you?" and how dare that be the answer, or I just can't. So I don't. Sometimes I'll pull like a couple cards or something, but I tend not to read for myself anymore. I used to all the time, and it would just make me so super anxious, or it wasn't good. So I'm going to do one because I do want to know something about a relationship. I'm not going to go into detail. I'll read in detail, but not about that situation. So just wondering if there's any future in it, basically. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do our regular reading. So this is about a certain relationship, and I will do this. So this is kind of how a personal reading would go for you if you wanted to be interested in one, but I'm just giving this a shot. Okay, so the current situation is the Emperor. Past influence is Strength. Or present influence is Hangman. Okay. Negative, Queen of Cups. Positive, Six of Cups. What I don't see is Queen of Wands. What to look for? Three of Swords. Um, Unexpected, Ace of Cups. Challenge, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Future influence, Death. Outcome, Knight of Wands. Where does this lead? Five of Wands, King of Coins, and Lovers. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. So Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So this is someone that right now we're not estranged, but not communicating. We had a fallout. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good either. No meanness, nothing like that. Like there's no evil, anything there. And I would say that this is exactly that. Like how much I feel like this is exactly how I feel, right? Nine of Wands. How you get tired of not just thinking about it or working on the relationship, but it's just like how much more energy am I willing to give to this? And I feel like that's what this is saying is how much more do I want to give? And there is a strange thing because I feel like this Emperor is that person. I will clarify that just to be sure that I'm seeing this right, because this person is an Emperor type personality for sure. So I'm going to ask to clarify it to make sure that that's what it is, because it's also, the Emperor is also a sign of Aries, and I am an Aries. So I do want to know, like, is this, and it could be, I mean, honestly, I've been trying to really control myself and be in control of myself, and how to move forward. But let's take a look at that. Tell me about this Emperor, please. Five of Coins, Two of Cups, King of Coins. It's him. For sure. We were kind of in a hard place, but there's definitely a connection, and he's this would be totally him. So just I'm not going to go into why I feel that way. It's like I don't want that to be a deal. So, but I do know that. So this is like the situation, of course, right? This was what my question was. And I like it when that happens. And the Strength is in the past influence, which I feel like, there has been, that strength. So holding it together, being strong through a hard time. I don't feel like I need to clarify it. I feel like this really says it all. And it makes complete sense, right? In any reading where especially in a hard time that, you just had to really pull it together and, and two, like not being really boisterous, not being angry, trying not to be too sad. All of those things leads to having to have a lot of strength to get through this, emotionally more so in a way. Also, yeah, I feel like that's what that is for sure. We do have the hangman in the present influence, and I feel like this is, the energy of, okay, how to view this differently. I need to look at this differently. What can I use? What can I do? Quiet, nothing's happening. Just a really matter of just, being really um, nothing happening, hanging there. Yeah. And two, it can also be a feeling of feeling like you're being hung out, not to dry, but like you're hanging on to. Like the hangman is a different perspective, and it is time out, and it is non-movement, but at the same time it's also that energy of kind of just hanging there, and that resonates with me a lot right now. Also trying to look at these different views, and look at me, I'm sitting here doing this video because I'm trying to look at things differently and to see what I have going for me here. Tell me more about the hangman, please. I don't think I need any more, but I'll do it. um, Six of coins, king of wands, five of swords. Yeah, I mean that's it, right? Like how much, I am, and looking at the willing to give. um but I feel like this is like looking at the passion and that part of any relationship, where also though having control of that a little bit, because it is the king. And then we have the five of swords, which is, you know this is the in that this is clarifying that, yeah, in a position of how much to give, how much, again, that's two, how much to give. This is how much energy to put in. Being in a position, do I walk away, do I stay, do I fight for this, and this is that hangman where you're just like, you're just, I don't know. So there's lack of movement altogether, because which way to go, what to do, how to do it. So then we have the queen of cups in the negative, which I kind of look at this too, like, this could be anything, but I feel like it's negative because maybe the feeling, if you have a lot of feelings and you really care about something, and you're really caring even about the person, it's like maybe this is getting away. Maybe you care too much. Maybe there's too much, love in this situation from you, like, which would be me. And I don't know, like, let's clarify it. Any more on the Queen of Cups and the negative energy? Because I just never see the Queen of Cups as negative, but it can be if you get over emotional, right? Or if you're in a different state of emotion versus the other person in a relationship, I would think. I'm trying to coach myself here. Um, Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. Four of Coins, Hierophant, and Nine of Cups. It's holding on, right? I feel like this is the negative is holding on and waiting for those wishes to come true. And maybe, and the way she's looking, there's this unexpected Ace of Cups over here. So almost like, get, if you want to reach your goals, maybe holding on is not the right thing. That's what I see here. If you guys have anything, different ideas, let me know. But I do feel like that, like there's there's not the commitment, right? And are you going to reach your true desires here if you're holding on to this? That's the way I'm seeing that. Let me know if you feel different. Any of you, I don't mind, really. So don't mind. Anything. Because that's what this is kind of about too, right? Like I want to hear back from y'all. Six of Cups is in the strength, which is kind of odd to me in a way. So this person and I have had on and off relationships for a very long time, years, 10 years, 9 to 10 years. Um, and that's probably why I'm asking, right? Because it comes and goes all the time. But the strength is, I think, too, I feel like this could be a gift because I do see the Six of Cups a lot of times as a gift. But I do feel like, too, it's remembering the good stuff. Remember that you have really good memories from this. Remembering, yeah, that kind of piece to it. Let's look at this as a positive. What is the positive of the Six of Cups? That maybe the past was really important and it was really good. And there was good things, good lessons, good, important things that came out of that. Tell me more about this Six of Cups, please. Ace of Wands, Hermit, Temperance. This is the positive. I feel like it's, looking at, if the Six of Cups is looking at the past or reliving the past or staying there, I think it's important to, there's something here about this Ace of Wands and Hermit. So quick backstory. When we had our falling out, every year I do a yearly reading for myself. I pull one card for each month. And then I go back after that month and say, oh, okay, that's what it identifies to me as. Like, I don't try to have divination towards each month. I'm not doing that. I just want to know the overall energy for the month. It's been really interesting. But that month was the Ace of Wands, and I thought it was really weird that something came to an ending. And now seeing this with the Hermit, that there needed to be time. This Ace of Wands is actually, even though it felt like an ending, it was a new beginning. And because we're looking at the strength here, right? The positive. And so the Hermit this was an important time to really balance out those emotions and looking at the past and maybe understanding the past a little bit more with that, especially with the Hermit there. So maybe there's been some really positive stuff there as well. Could be. I have the Queen of Wands. This is Queen. Yeah, I have the Queen of Wands and what I don't see. I'm interested in this because is this someone else? Right? Because this isn't what I don't see. Is there someone else, that came into the picture that I don't know about? But the Queen of Wands also, I am an Aries. So I want to know more about this Queen of Wands. And let's get to this. Because a lot of times in relationship readings, when you have this spot, and I've told you that before, is that it's about the other person. And let me take a gander really quick. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Four of Wands, Lovers, Page of Swords, there's something here, right, about maybe there's a couple things here. With the Page of Swords here, there's some kind of clarity coming in. And is it, and I'm not sure, I'm not going to answer this because this is, again, when I try to do a reading for myself, it's hard to separate some things. So, because part of me is like, I don't know, but it's when we talk about the difference between your intuition and your ego, sometimes when you're reading for yourself, the ego definitely can get in the way of that intuition and it's hard to tell the difference. Whereas when you're reading someone else, you're not always emotionally involved, so you can separate it a lot easier. That's why sometimes it's really hard to read for friends or read for people that are really important to you, because there's that emotional piece too. If you're intuitive and you've been intuitive long enough, you can get past that. The biggest thing to remember to not, okay, so this is kind of a teaching thing too. When you're doing any kind of reading, is to remember to, as much as possible, keep the emotion out of it, because the most important thing about a reading is to be truthful and to be honest, not only to the other person, but to yourself and as a reader. Um, Even if it may hurt, it's hard. I have a couple dear friends where I do readings and I apologize, like if I have a hard thing to say, but you got to be, I got to be true to the cards, and that's why it's hard when you do yourself, because you want to be true to the cards, but your mind says, but I want this. So it's really hard. So I feel like there was probably some kind of celebration with someone. I think this could be another person. I mean, if I were honestly reading for someone else, I would say that. Um, and I feel like that. But I feel like, too, what I don't see is there's some kind of epiphany moment as well. Like this person, too, honestly, and this is not me playing ego, the Page of Swords can be about not spying on you, so to speak, but not in a negative way. I don't feel like checking out your social media, see what you're doing, see what you look like, just, hey, what's going on with this person. um and I feel like there's also a lot of memories that we have shared together, and so I'm gonna go with that, because the Queen of Wands, I am the Aries, I am the queen, I am a pain in the butt. And it could be looking back at the celebrations that we had together, looking back at those. And I don't know about that, secrets. And that seems very viable to me. I mean, there absolutely could be someone else in his life and I don't know about it. Absolutely. I'm not denying that one bit. But I honestly feel like this is what this could be, because a lot of times that Page of Swords is that, looking back and checking things out. What to look for is the Three of Swords, which is separation and sadness. I feel like, this is always kind of an advice area when you're doing a reading. So I feel like this is saying, hey, look at what happened, look at how you felt, look at how much you were hurt. Um, think about the separation that you've had, because it's not just look at the sadness, look at the separation. What has that done? What's happening? Do you want to do that again? Do you really, look at that closely. Tell me more about the Three of Swords, please, and what to look for. Nine of Swords, death, and the Emperor. Look at, okay, so if I look at what the separation has brought, right? Because that's what it's asking me to do, I feel like. Look at that. Well, things have kind of transformed for me too. Like the anxiety, walking away from it with the death, you know, um, not having as much anxiousness and stress. And I feel like with that, also letting things work out. Now, the Emperor also could be, just having that more control. And I feel like that's what might be what it is. What has this done for you? If you look at, okay, take a look at that Three of Swords. Well, things have changed for sure. Quite frankly, anxiety has reduced, and there has been a change. So it'll be interesting to see how this moves forward, honestly. So the challenge or the unexpected is the Ace of Cups. I'm very interested in this. This is something new coming in. What is this Ace of Cups for me in this situation? I like that the Ace of Cups is unexpected and that it ends with the Lovers. I like that. Even if it's a distraction, I'm good with that. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups, please. Page of Swords, the Fool, Lovers. This is unexpected. Yeah, I feel like there's work being done, and there's going to be, some kind of change here with the leap of faith with the relationship. Um, I feel like this is to the realization, if there's a leap of faith being taken, um, I'm not, it'll be interesting. We'll take a look at the rest of the stuff, but I feel like too, I don't think this is someone new. But it could be, because I'm asking specifically about someone else, but I want about someone. So I want to be clear that this could be something completely new. And it comes in kind of with, like under the radar, but it does have to do with maybe, looking at things and revisiting things. But I feel like the Fool is taking that leap of faith, saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to do X, Y, Z. But I feel like with the Ace of Cups too, it is literally a opportunity, something new. And it's a beginning, and it has to do with the Fool and the Lovers, and it comes from maybe an epiphany, maybe again going back to revisiting and looking at things, right? Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that one too. Just curious. And Ten of Pentacles is here in the challenge. Okay, so this would be a challenge, right? Home. This is a distance thing for me. Like there's a distance here. And in starting anything new or continuing something, is the distance a problem? Is the home a problem? Is the also where someone is at, maybe in their job or their success? But I do feel like that kind of I feel like the challenge, I'll clarify it really quick. I hope you guys are okay with this. Like, let me know if you hate it. Let me know. It's just, for me, I needed it, so I'm doing it. So if I want your opinion too. Ten of Pentacles, please. Oh, Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups. So interesting that the challenge also has the Queen of Cups in there. The anxiety as well. And there's something here too about Three of Cups. This feels like something to do, like there could be a challenge of, like getting past a group of people here. But I feel like, the Queen of Cups actually could be someone else, right? Like, so the challenge but I feel like the challenge more importantly is Ten of Pentacles being, rooted, family, things of that nature. There's something here about that, about family, home, Three of Cups, celebrations, anxiety. That could be definitely being at a distance too, or the extended family could be part of the challenge. For me, if the challenge is my challenge, not a relationship challenge, it would just be the distance. That's what I'm overall feeling here. But that one's a tough one for me because it just is. So we have the Death is in the future influence. There's definitely a transformation's happening here. Something's changing. Something's moving forward. What would that look like as far as clarify this change? What is this change about? Anytime I like the Death card, especially in a future position, because it means if anything, regardless of the specific question, death is a positive transformation 99 times out of 100. It's going to be growth. And growth is always important, although it can be hard, right? It always can be hard. Tell me more about the death card, please. Queen of Cups again. Four of Wands. Page of Swords. Wow. There almost feels to me like there might be a meeting of the minds, like expressing emotional feelings and coming together. Like there will be a coming together and a better understanding. Page of Swords, but we see the Page of Swords. I've seen it 3 times, right, and clarifying at least. So there is definitely something about the work that needs to be done, and also about a better understanding as well. So to me, like this transformation, this death card is about learning something. Now the Four of Wands can be about celebration, but you guys know I always go with this as well as a conversation, celebrating together for sure, but actually having that conversation and celebrating however it is, whatever's happening here. And I feel like the celebration and the change comes from the better understanding of this versus the relationship part of it, the feelings, the emotion, the emotional piece of this situation. We have the Knight of Wands in the outcome. Now, the Knight of Wands, to me is like, it could be like a move, it could be travel, it could be heading towards something. Let's look at this a little bit, because travel would make sense to me as far as in my personal situation. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands. The Tower, Six of Pentacles, and King of Coins. So definitely a change coming in. And I feel like with the Six of Pentacles or coins, is about, the sharing, the give and take, having enough to offer. And the King is about being in that, to me, that's this person. But I feel like there's a change coming in that will affect him, and it allows him to move forward. And that's the way I'm feeling, because the Knight of Wands is, I feel like something may be, it's my reading. So I feel like there is that Knight of Wands coming towards me, or to the relationship itself, right? I'm a little wonky when it comes to reading for myself. I always am. Um, but I feel like, yeah, I do, because there's a change happening here, which is going to affect some kind of, to me, the Six of Pentacles is about having enough to give. So maybe there was a period of time where there was not enough time to give, and maybe that's changing with this person, because this is definitely the other person, but for sure. Yeah. So where does it lead after this? I've got the Five of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Lovers. So I do feel like there's a balance coming in here. So with the Five of Wands, I feel like this leads to, again, when I talk about the energy with the Five of Wands, how much energy to give something. And I feel like that's going to be part of where this leads is, okay, how much should, you continue to give that much to it. And then the King of Coins, I do feel like is a growth here, but that I feel like is this person. So I feel like I'm hoping, and I'm even hoping there's a conversation here. But then we're going to go to the Lovers, and I am going to clarify the Lovers, because that's, and because I understand the Five of Wands. I mean, it makes complete sense to me. Like if you have a conversation, then you want to decide how much energy to give it. And it could even be, even if we don't have a conversation, how much energy am I willing to continue to put into it, conflicted about that, and then leading to that person and then to lovers. So what does that lovers really mean? Tell me more about the lovers, please. Three of Cups, 10 of Coins, 2 of Pentacles. So it does tell me that the challenge was, I feel like having the time, and I feel like the lovers is the, celebrating success, but now having time to balance everything out. So in past readings, like for years, this person also can come up as the Two of Pentacles because my old reader would say that this person would focuses on one thing. So when they don't have time, they're not focusing. But when he would come back around, it was the Two of Pentacles that would come up and saying, okay, now there's freedom here. He's got some free time, and now you can come back into the picture. And I don't mean that it's not as negative as it sounds, okay? It's really not, and I don't want to go into that too much, but it's really not, and I can explain why, but I choose not to. And especially with that 10 of Pentacles, it makes a lot of sense to me that could be happening. I am going to ask specifically, is this lovers a coming together, or what more? The Devil. The lovers. I'm trying to go with my gut here and get away from my ego. The Devil is definitely the attachment, because there's definitely a little bit of that going on. I feel like this is success here. Like there is definitely a goal being met, and because it's the lovers again, there's gonna be at least some kind of conversation, and maybe even an understanding of how to move forward, regardless of whether it's friendly or whatever, or not at all, or other. But that makes sense to me. Okay, I'm gonna pull a advice. And that would be the Seven of Cups. It's basically letting me know I have choices here too. I feel like that's what that is. And be careful of the choices that you make, because they're not all necessarily the best ones. So I'll take a look at that. Definitely, is there anything else that you need to know about this situation? What's the most important thing for me to know? Page of Wands, King of Swords. He comes up as the King of Swords sometimes, and the Page of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a message coming in. This is the most important thing for me to know. Also, it could be just taking a leap of faith. But I feel like too, with that Page of Cups, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It doesn't matter really where it leads. It's okay. Does that make sense? Like, it's not, they're still caring there regardless. And that's important to me. You want to always feel like you make a difference in someone's life, right? I do. Especially people close to me, but that's why I'm a life coach. I want to make a difference. I want to be able to help. I don't want to be a hindrance. I don't want to be, I don't want to be that. I just don't. I want to help. And it's really hard sometimes to do that, but that makes complete sense to me. So let me know what you felt. Please, any suggestions on what I read, I would be more than pleased to hear that. And yeah, there you have it. What I know this is odd, but I had to. So take care. Have a beautiful day.